Hello people on the YouTubes, and today I'm bringing you my ultimate Dark Zone loot guide. So I'm going to split this video into several sections with timestamps, so in the description you can just find what you're after from this little contents page and then just go for it there. You don't need to watch the whole video, just what you want to watch. So the first part is going to be the method of getting loot, the second part is going to be extracting the loot, the third part is going to be increasing the amount and quality of loot you get. The fourth part is going to be the locations of the named bosses in the Dark Zone. And the fifth part is a high level farming path. So into the first part, the methods of getting loot. So there are 3 ways to get loot in the Dark Zone. The first one is simply kill AI around the map and get the drops from them. Enemies who have a purple or gold health bar drop the best loot. So it goes normal guy at the bottom, purple guy second bottom, then gold guy, then named boss. So you'll see the gold named bosses in certain areas of the map. They're going to drop the best loot out of all the AI so far. This is probably the easiest way to get loot, and especially with a little farming run I'll show you later on in the video, it can actually be really good. The second is by opening chests in the Dark Zone. You'll come across 3 types of chests in the Dark Zone. The first chest is a loot chest. It spawns when a player takes out a large number of enemies in the Dark Zone and can just be opened straight away. The second chest is a level locked chest. So for example, one I see a lot around the Dark Zone is a level 30 chest. So that means you have to be level 30 to open it. No keys or anything required. Just as long as you're level 30 or above, you can just walk up and open that chest. And the third type of chest is Dark Zone keys. So it's locked by Dark Zone keys, which you need. You can get these by killing other players, and you can even get a few off the Ubisoft store, and also by killing AI. And these simply just need a Dark Zone key to be opened. The final, and in my opinion, the funnest way to get loot in the Dark Zone is by killing other players. So this is a risky method, because if you attack a non-hostile agent, which a lot of people are, you'll become a rogue, you'll be a target for every player, and it's also risky, and there's a chance when attacking another player they're going to be decent and actually end up killing you. However, I think the risk outweighs the reward early on in the game anyway. If you're lucky, you can kill a player who's got a full loot bag of like 8, 9, 10 items that might all be better than yours. That's worth the risk at lower levels. However, once you get to a higher level, the amount of Dark Zone XP you lose and cash is just, it's not really worth it. So focus on the rogue players if you're going to attack, but definitely at a low level, you see a player with loot, you kill him. But as I said, risky method. And of course, while you're doing all this, you'll be earning Dark Zone XP and funds, which you can use to buy gear from Dark Zone vendors at the Dark Zone checkpoints and the Dark Zone safe houses. So on to part 2, which is extracting the loot. Now I'm sure everyone knows about this, so I'll try and be quick. I mean, you can skip this section anyway, but I thought I'd give you a few tips as well. So extracting the loot can be done simply by heading to an extraction point, hitting right on the D-pad I believe on Xbox, and it calls in a helicopter. You have to extract your loot through a chopper. You can't go through a checkpoint and just walk it out that way. I've tried it. You get through the first door, but at the second door it says you can't go through here with your contaminated loot. You'll lose it if you go through this door. So that's simply how to extract. A couple of tips for extracting is I like to wait for an extraction to be called another extraction point. So people head over to that point and then you call it in at the second extraction zone. So while everyone's all cramming to one, you call in another. So hopefully most of the players have headed over to that zone, and even if they haven't, if they look at extraction zones, there's 2 extractions, so it's kind of going to split the players 50-50, and this kind of minimalizes the chance of a player coming to kill you. Also as well, you don't have to call in the extraction right in the middle in the open. Try and find the best spot, in cover, so when you do it, there will be AI there, there'll probably be a player there. You want it so you can be in cover, at least from a couple of sides, while you're calling in your loot. And finally, if there's a player there with a bag, I've actually found players are actually quite friendly if they have a looting bag at the extraction, because they're risking their own loot, whereas a player with no looting bag is almost 100% of the time going to kill you. So if they have a bag, they might most probably be friendly until they get their loot on. And if they don't have a bag, there's a 100% chance they're pretty much going to kill you. The motto here is simply trust no one at the extraction zone. So on to part 3, which is increasing the amount and quality of the loot you get. Now this is done by the scavenger perk. So this increases your chance of finding better or more gear, and this is a passive bonus. You can find it if you just follow where I go on the screen now. You can get to see your scavenger bonus. Mine is only at like 11% because I've only got one armor piece that boosts it. So it's armor pieces that boost this passive bonus. So if you're farming, you definitely want to have a look at the armor you've got, and it really does make a difference. I've seen my friend's got a much higher scavenger bonus than me, and he's getting loot all the time, whereas I'm not getting it as much as him, and I think it's definitely down to this scavenger bonus. And this works inside and outside of the dark zone, so applies game wide, and it's really useful, especially when you start farming. Why go there with a 10% chance of increasing loot when you could go there with an 80-90% chance of loot? You're going to be farming for a lot shorter time and a lot quicker than with a low scavenger bonus. So now we've covered getting the loot and boosting the chances of loot, we're going to have a look at the boss locations, which are the best places to kill AI to get loot that way. So this was posted on Reddit by darkzone user Kezekia. I don't know, that's who posted it anyway. And basically what he's done is where there's blue triangles, there is a boss, and they're on ground floor, so on the streets and in buildings, and the white triangles are bosses that are underground or in the subway, and they're all the locations of them. So you can quickly just look at this, compare it to your map, and this is where they are. And on to the farming path. So this is posted by Sarial. Again, can't pronounce it. What is with these guys' Reddit names? They're terrible. And here it is on the screen. So what I'm going to put up is the map and then me following the route. But what I do is, see where there's kind of like that in the top left, it has this pointy out bit. I just follow that road down and come round instead of going through the contaminated area. That's the only difference. So this was posted by a guy on Reddit, and he said he usually extracts every 10 minutes with 6 to 10 purples, yellows. So I've done this route a couple of times now, and it is very good. So don't know if you can quite see it, but it's got like numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 just along the route, and then in the left hand side of the screen it's got what it is. So the small back alley, nothing really in there. Potential boss patrol spawn, I've had that boss spawn there a couple of times at 2, and it's dropped some good things for me. Again, some small patrols 3 and 4, they're not really that important, but it's 5, there's a boss spawn. Underground contaminated zone was a boss spawn number 6, that's a bit I skipped out. And then number 7, again a potential spawn. And then number 8 is an occasional check for spawns. Now, if you have a look at your map in this area, it's in Dark Zone 1 by the way. There's also a couple of other purple spots on the map that don't show up on this. They're very close, so you could actually include these to your route if you haven't got much loot already. So there's a video, guys, of the ultimate Dark Zone loot guide. I'm sure it was helpful, I hope it was anyway, and like I said, subscribe and hit that notify button to never miss a tips or tricks video from me. And thanks very much for watching, and leave in the comments if there's any other area you'd like me to cover. Thanks very much, see you in the next video.